There's a great big beautiful tomorrow.
It's Ken here. With me is Justin from the Fast Pass Return. We are here today to do another great video. This one is going to be about one of our favorite parks, Disney's Hollywood Studio, formerly known as Disney MGM Studios, now Disney Hollywood Studios. The reason that this park is really important right now is it's going through a lot of transition. Hey, Just, what's one of the things that one of the big changes that just happened at Hollywood Studios?
They took down the hat.
What hat would that be?
Sorcerer Mickey's hat.
Oh my goodness, you're right, they sure did. The Sorcerer Mickey Hat, which has been an icon of the Hollywood Studio for years, they just took it down. Apparently, when they first opened Hollywood Studios, they wanted there to be a straight view from the entrance of the park up Hollywood Boulevard right through to the Mann's Chinese Theater Great Movie Ride building. You used to be able to see it perfectly, but then they built the hat, which I believe was the 100th year anniversary of Disney, but no, that's not right. It was some anniversary. Anyway, so they built the hat and they just decided to take it down. This is a park in transition. So just, let me ask you a question. Before we go on, what's one of your favorite parts? What are some things you love about Hollywood Studios?
Muppet Vision.
Oh, Muppet Vision. Tell us about that a little bit.
So, when you're in line, when you're about to go into the show, you see these details.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the details, there's this thingy, and there's the rug.
Yeah, so I think what you're talking about is the welcome mat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so there's a welcome mat right by the front door on the right. Why is that welcome mat special, Just?
Look under and there's a key.
Oh, yes, you're right. So that's a really funny little detail. You might just pass this welcome mat. It looks like a normal welcome mat that might be at your house at home, but if you look under it, it's like someone left a key for you. So it's really a funny Disney detail. And Muppet Vision 3D is an awesome 3D show. Probably needs a little bit of an update, but really good show. So that is one of the great parts. One of my favorite things is Star Tours. Now I know Justin doesn't really like Star Tours that much, but that means he's never been on it. But someday he will. But we love it. It's a great ride, and we also love probably the most popular ride in Hollywood Studios is Disney's Toy Story Midway Mania. Justin, could you tell us about that ride a little bit?
So, when you walk in, you are about to enter the best place ever, which is Andy's room. Right.
So it's like you're the size of a toy and you're in Andy's bedroom. It's amazing. And once again, details, right? So what is it when you're waiting in the line, Justin? I forget. What's in there in the line? What are those big giant things? What are they supposed to be? All throughout the line.
Games and toys and thingies.
Right. They're all games and toys. And once again, we're toy size, so they're giant. It's awesome. Toy Story Mania is like you're playing Midway games, but it's interactive. So it's a ride, but it's three-dimensional too. It's so fun. The best in our family is Ari. He's the best one. Justin's really good too. Me? Meh. Not so good. Anyway, but as we were saying, Hollywood Studios is changing a lot. There's going to be a lot of changes. They just closed. They took down the hat. They closed. When they first opened it, they were going to make it sort of like an answer to Universal Studios. They were going to make it a working movie studio. And the first time I went to Disney, they were actually, first time as an adult, they were actually doing a movie there, which was called The Rookie with Dennis Quaid. But after a while, I guess it was probably too costly, and they closed that. Just last year, they closed the backlot tour completely, which is a lot of space. The rumor has it that they're going to be closing down the stunt show, the Lights, Motor, Action Car Stunt Show, which is from Disneyland Paris, if you didn't know, which is a great show, but rumor has it they're going to be closing that down. And we think what's going to happen, at least what the prevailing wisdom is, that it's going to be Star Wars Land and Marvel. So they're going to be making use of a lot of those different things. So they may also, there's some rumors that there is a little lake in the front and that they may eventually pave that over to use that space as well. The other thing that's great about Hollywood Studios, there's a lot of great restaurants in Hollywood Studios. So we've been to the 50s Primetime Cafe, which is really cool. It's like you're sitting in a 1950s kitchen, even with sometimes the waitresses act like your mother, and they tell you things like, "Get your elbows off the table, Justin," which is pretty funny. And we've also been to the Sci-Fi Drive-In. Do you remember that one?
Yes.
What do you sit in at the Sci-Fi Drive-In?
You sit in a pretend car.
Ah, yes. It's like a big, giant drive-in. It's so cool. So we love Hollywood Studios. It's a great park. We could talk more and more, but let's wrap it up here. And just, if you were going to say, what is one thing that you'd like to see at Hollywood Studios in the future? What do you think you'd like to see them change or do differently?
Cars Land.
Ah, that's a good one. And Justin mentioned one of the rumors is that they're going to be making Cars Land, which is just like in Disneyland, California. So that would be really cool. And supposedly that may be in the back near where the stunt show and the backlot tour might be. So we'll see what happens. So we'll have more on this in the future. There's so many other great things we didn't even mention. The Great Movie Ride, or Tower of Terror, which is awesome, or the Rock and Roller Coaster. There's lots of great things, and I think that in the next 5 to 8 years, Hollywood Studios is going to be a whole new park. So thank you so much for watching us, and we will see you again in our very next video. Don't forget, have a magical day.
He follows his dream with mind and heart. When it